Hey, today is Monday, July 27th, and this is Checking the Diary, spoken by Elswyth. So, living life a little dangerously at the moment. It's just stuffy in here, so the window's open. If you hear seagulls, pretend you're on a beach vacation, except for Nick, who does not like the beach. As for, sighs, if you hear any sighing going on, it's the dog. She's pining for the fjords, or however you say that. I really should know how to say that. That isn't my favorite sketch by them. Anyway, so that's it. Window's open, and dog is sitting right beside me, being a little bit grumpy because she wants attention. Okay. I had planned to have an announcement about the affirmations that I'm working on, so I guess it's still an announcement. You're not going to hear them yet. A lot of you have great plans going on for August, so it ties in nicely together that I don't have them done yet, and they'll be coming out closer to August. I've been waffling on whether to do them as like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or literally like for the days of the month. If you have a strong opinion either way, let me know. Your strong opinion cannot be, do whatever makes you happy. I get a lot of those strong opinions. I do what makes me happy, and asking you if you have any strong opinions and seeing those opinions makes me happy. See how that works? That's how that works. Okay, I have gotten quite a few pictures of tea. It's so fun. It is really fun. A lot of you are clever with your types of tea. You're not like just throw in the tea bag and see what happens kind of people. A few don't use dairy milk, which is fine. I usually go for oat milk, though I have to admit, during pandemic life, it felt like everybody and their brother decided to stock up on oat and cashew and soy and whatever they could get their hands on. So I did end up going back to dairy. I'm really tempted. Well, here's my dilemma. This has nothing to do with hypno kink, but y'all listen to my ramblings anyway. Here's my dilemma. I would love to support some of the small dairies that we have around. And the milkman actually comes along. He delivers it in glass, which I like because then I can just send it back with him rather than dealing with more stuff in recycling. And some of the non-dairy milks are not fully recyclable either. So I like that idea. I also like knowing how the farm is done. When I did eat meat and I lived in the States, I would often purchase like grass-fed beef from local farmers, and you could literally, I did not do this, you could literally go to the farm and pick the cow. But I was aware of how the farm was done. I was aware of the butcher they used. I did have a small hobby homestead when I was in the States as well. So anyway, all of that. I am thinking of going back to dairy milk only because I really love the idea of the milkman coming along. I am so easily amused, which is why I also like seeing the tea. I like seeing and hearing about the different types. I admit a lot of the times mine is just plop the tea bag in and go there. I don't even notice the difference taste in the brands, which is sacrilege here in the UK. There's a brand that everybody likes, and I can't think of it offhand. It's not PG Tips, because I guess PG Tips are what your nan buys when she's being cheap. It's not Tetley, because that's in the state. Oh, Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire Gold, I think, is supposed to be the best. Anyway, thanks. I even got a picture of somebody being a table. That was fun too. Okay. Oh, that's the other thing. I went ahead and I did set up a wish list. I've been nagged by a few people about doing it, so I did. My original wish list was a canal boat, and a few of you caught that fun little Easter egg on the website. If you clicked on wish list, well, actually, it might still do that. I can't remember if I fixed it. If you clicked on wish list, it took you to canalboats.co.uk. There actually is a wish list now. It's an Amazon thing that is set up. It's funny because it is a list of just randomness. I'm a little bit particular about my clothes. I'm not really a buy them online kind of person. I've had to, simply because of lockdown and everything being closed. But I think because I'm short, it just doesn't work. But sometimes, you do know the brands and that tend to fit, and you do know how they tend to fit, and that works. Like, I'm actually to the point I can order my shoes usually online. Same brand, same style, same whatever, and same size, and it works. The only one it doesn't work with is Tom's. I don't know what Tom is doing with his life that his, like Tom is sitting in his workshop making all these shoes, that some of them fit a certain way, but if they're a different material, they fit completely different. So anyway, I figured I would try something. So here we go. You're gonna breathe in. Gonna breathe out. Gonna breathe in. Gonna breathe out. And again, breathe in. Breathe out. We're doing this fast because this is a check in the diary. All right, now, top of your head, all the way down to your feet. Relax. Now repeat after me. I want to build a boat. I desire to learn shipbuilding. Building a boat sounds like the most wonderful thing ever. I can't wait to start building a boat. All right, there. Let's see how that one works. Count to 5, you'll be awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, awake. Okay. There is a schedule in true fashion. That schedule's gonna be a little bit behind tomorrow. Oh yeah, it is Sunday. I am recording this a day in advance, but I will catch it up. It is not my fault. It is not my fault. Well, yeah, it is. But I'm gonna blame it on the dog, and I'm gonna blame it on sunshine. Okay, last thing, on the tiers for on Patreon. I have altered those. If you're a Patreon and so on, the one you belong to is still there. It's simply that one is unpublished. So what it means is you stay there and like you're grandmothered in for, I don't know, generations. It's just there. However, when new people join, they'll see the other tiers. I did change. I went from 5, it's in dollars because my brain usually works in dollars, $5 to $10. Honestly, I think it's fair, and this is why. Oh, and I also did for the other tier as well, for the personal sessions. This is why I switched. I decided I had a very practical, like almost a pros and cons things with myself, because I've had very well-meaning and very loving and very fantastic patrons kind of hassling me about not marketing and everything else. And so, I'm like, okay, Elswyth, what are we doing here? And this is what I'm doing. All right, this is what I'm doing. I decided how much I would need to make to, as a minimum, to be fine. Just fine. That everything I put into this, the energy I put into this, the answering the messages, even my phone, my kit goes off. I have good morning, good evening, everything you can imagine coming on through my phone. I figured out my minimum, but I figured out my maximum for people. I'm currently at, I think, like 36-ish something patrons. I don't think I've broke 40. I know it's higher than 30, so let's say 36. I'm currently at that, and I do try to zero out my inbox Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I do try to reply to Kik. I am really bad at setting my phone somewhere, though, or putting on silent, like now when I'm recording and missing it. But y'all are so sweet. I never have a, did you get my message? Did you get my message? I don't have any of that. Anyway, so I set my max. So for the complete access type of tier, for $10, that's 50 people. But I did realize later on, I forgot to subtract out the people in the tier that I am published. So it's not actually going to be 50. I need to adjust that so that way it's right. I'm guessing it's like 30 more people or something. And then for the personal sessions, I'm keeping that to doing like a baker's dozen a month. That seems to really work. Anyway, so I set those. It is exactly what it needs to be as a minimum. Y'all are fun because I don't really keep track of who pays what. And I'm guessing some people probably notice that when you up it or lower it or whatever you do, you don't really get a reaction out of me, because the God's honest truth is I like writing, I like recording, I like talking to y'all. I'm not interested in all the admin and following whatever is happening. So I have found, because I found that part in Patreon, like the different amounts that people are paying and so on. So most people do pay like a base plus, and Patreon makes it pretty easy for you to adjust like whatever you're doing. If you're going through the website, which I'm not sure how I can do that with subscriptions, like limiting things, because I am going to work that out. I am dead serious. 50, that's it for tier 1. Baker's dozen for my personal files. That I know you can adjust as well, you know, what you're giving and what you're not giving, and I think that's fine. It is for a lot of people that is their love language, and I've learned to accept that. However, it is why I went ahead and did the wish list as well. You know, for some things cash is king. It is when it comes to like some of these upgrades I had with like the mic, and then my mic arm did not want to work with the new microphone, and you know, some other odds and ends. There are a few things that I like that make my life easier. There are really, really nice pens I want to try that I can only get from this fucking States, and it's driving me crazy. So like those types of things, that's where like if you're paying extra or whatever else, that's kind of what it's going to. As for the wish list, while I was seeing that, this is one of those shower thoughts, because I have dripping wet hair because it's evening here in the UK, and because it's Sunday, and tomorrow, you know, you'll have this on a Monday, and oh my goodness, I love a Monday. Fresh new week, starting over. Anyway, shower thought on dating. When I was doing my wish list, one of the first thoughts that came to my mind was my dog. I love my dog. Y'all hear me talk about my dog. I don't give her name out because she has this semi-pretentious Italian name, and it's a little bit too unique for the dog, so you don't get it. So she's just doggo, right? But I love her. So here's my dating tip for the single dudes who are listening to this. If you're dating someone and she tells you how much she loves her doggo, don't just bring her flowers. Bring a present for the doggo. Because let's say she's dating 3 or 4 guys or whatever else, y'all getting to know each other. When she talks to her girlfriends or guy friends or whatever else, or, you know, her mama calls her up and they're having a conversation, and her beloved doggo is right there at her feet, nom nom nomming on whatever toy you gave her, she will talk about you. See, dating tip by Elswyth. This is not a hint that you should buy me a toy for my dog, by the way. This is about real life and your happiness. Now, for those of you who are not dating and are happily in this relationship or 2 relationships or how many relationships you have going on, do presents. A simple little I'm thinking of you is worth a lot. You know, a card, you can even draw it. Heck, you know, some flowers, a houseplants are nice. But again, if your significant other, if she has a doggo that she loves as much as I love my doggo, get the doggo a toy. or get him some of those, well, I don't know if dogs can be allergic to fish. My dog loves these insanely disgusting, like dehydrated minnow sprat things. Think of that, really, don't be shy about being kind. Don't be shy about showing affection. Don't talk yourself out of doing good things. It's not worth it. Almost always, especially for good things, that first instinct you have, it is right. It's right. Anyway, okay, so affirmations are not coming this week, but there will be a schedule. I promise. I'm working that one out. There will be some other stuff that's coming up that I'm looking forward to. And like I said, the tier thing has changed. If you are like just now finding me and listening to me and oh my goodness, this checking the diary is getting along too, there's not going to be an M&M test, I swear. Do check out Patreon sometime, even if you don't want to join. Just go see some of the conversations we have. I do try to make sure some of it is public in there. Okay, and that's that. So it is a Monday. Hopefully it's a Monday morning when you're listening to this. Do something really good for yourself today. Okay? I insist. And then listen to something smutty by me and have fun. Bye for now.